Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon or Rising. And Capricorn, this is your weekly intuitive tarot reading for March 9th to 15th. This week we have the Share Your Voice Oracle card with the energy of the Lovers, the Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, beautiful Ace of Wands, Four of Swords and Temperance. So what I'm really seeing here, Capricorn, is I can't get the word stalemate out of my head. I really feel like you're in a situation where I think you've put in a lot of time and energy and effort, and you're at a place where you're not seeing the returns, you're not seeing what you'd hoped to come into fruition out of that situation. You haven't quite achieved or gotten back the energy that you were hoping for. We've got the Lovers here. I mean, it can be in romance, or it can just be in something that you're very tied to on a heart level. I feel like it has impacted your sense of stability and security within yourself. But the good news is we have this beautiful Ace of Wands here, which is a new beginning, a passionate new offer, getting your energy and enthusiasm back and maybe reinvesting it in a slightly different direction. So we'll see where that goes in just a moment. I'm going to start off by reading out the Oracle card, Share Your Voice. Come out of the cave, persecution, expression. You're being called to share your voice, perhaps by speaking up in a relationship, or through writing, speaking, singing, or some other form of creative expression. We each hold a deep truth within us that longs to be expressed. Sculpted for lifetimes, the voice of your soul is like no other. It carries with it wisdom that can only be gained through soul history and growth. By remembering, tapping into, and expressing this unique tone, we not only heal ourselves, but we heal the planet at large. When you share your voice, you unlock something in the universe and call a missing piece of you home. Your individual voice is the most powerful sound current on the planet. If you have kept your soul's voice silenced or held back, chanting or singing could be truly life-changing for you. So it's all about communication, speaking up, saying what's on your heart, Capricorn, because sometimes, miscommunication or what you don't say is more powerful than what you do say. So it's a week to really be honest and open and authentic in your communication. Say what's on your heart and don't hold back. Okay, so recent past. I'm going to start here with the Seven of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. And this is where, when I saw these two cards, that's when the word stalemate came into my mind pretty strongly. Actually, I wasn't able to shift away from it. So I feel like some of you have been in a situation that has potentially gone stagnant in a sense, or you have reached a stalemate, meaning nothing's really happening. There's not really any action being taken on both sides. Now, it's a general reading, guys. You'll know what it is for you. Like I said before, we have the Lovers here, so it can be in the realm of love and romance and relationships. But the Lovers is tied closely to the deep matters of the heart, our passions and purpose in the world. So this can be in the workplace as well, because a lot of us, we spend most of our time at work, and often we're very connected to that. So it could be around a work job situation, maybe a situation that you are not being recognized, not being rewarded, have come to the end of your journey there. Maybe there's no progression. Maybe you've gotten bored with it. And the same can be said in a relationship, vice versa. So, I mean, the Seven of Pentacles shows somebody who has put in a lot of effort, who has put in the time and the energy, the blood, sweat and tears, has really tended to this pentacle bush, has, really invested in this situation. But they are kind of feeling a bit apathetic, complacent, unhappy with the returns for the time and energy that they've put in. So some of you could be dealing with a situation that's one-sided, that's not an even sense of give and take. Obviously that can relate to many situations in life as well. And you're kind of at this point where you're now contemplating or reflecting on, is it time to go and invest in a different direction, somewhere where I might, it's not about, it's not always about giving to expect something back, but it needs to be even. Those universal scales need to be even. And sometimes you're the giver, sometimes you're the receiver, but overall it's an equal equation and both parties feel good about it. But if one person's over giving, then, you can get to a point where you feel a bit hard done by. And I do sense that energy. And I feel like you've probably started to retreat your energy from this situation for a little while. Now, the Four of Swords can be about taking a momentary pause to consider your next move in the situation. It also shows me that there could have been some hurt associated with it. It's got the link to the Three of Swords here. So some of you might have started to feel a little bit hurt about the fact that, you know, you're just not getting back what you were hoped to. This is a situation of maybe when you set up some expectations at the start, which expectations can be very dangerous, especially when they're not met. But either way, you know, you're really feeling that it's just not delivering. So yeah, I think that you are taking a bit of a pause to figure out your game plan, really. That's what the Four of Swords can indicate. It can also indicate being burnt out, especially if you have been giving, maybe running around after a partner, you know, making them food and nurturing them and all of that sort of thing, but maybe you just haven't been getting any energetic returns back, and that can feel very disheartening. So yeah, it's time to, you're considering your options and really reconsidering where to put your time, energy and effort. It's a very interesting combo there. So yeah, and I feel that there is possibly a key decision that needs to be made. Also, you know, with that Share Your Voice Oracle card, I really feel that some of you might need to actually have a really honest, open and frank discussion with the other party and just say, hey, I'm feeling like this. And, you know, maybe they might not even be aware of it. That is possible. So the Lovers, you know, the Lovers really links to, before it was like just a love card, you know, a lot of people just see the Lovers and go, oh, this is about soulmate, connection, twin flame, that sort of thing. But in the tarot before, you know, we sort of associated it more on that kind of superficial level. It was a card of big decisions especially around matters of the heart. So some of you might need to make a key decision on how to move forward in the situation, or whether you actually want to stay in the situation. That's what the Lovers can be. It's something like a, you know, very big kind of heartfelt crossroads, really. Yeah, I think that's a good word. And I feel like some of you are going to definitely need to take some time to recalibrate, to heal, to rebalance your energies, because I feel that you have been feeling quite out of balance with this situation. So Temperance, you know, this divine angel here is really moving that water between those cups, doing the spiritual alchemy to bring things back into alignment, to even the score in the situation. It's about you becoming stable again. It's about you working on your mental, physical and emotional health to become that stable structure. She wears the triangle because it's, you know, the most stable structure. You can push on any side of a equilateral triangle, one where the sides are all the same length, and it's never going to cave in. This is about you becoming stable again. If we're in a pattern of overgiving, we are essentially giving our power away to the other party, because, and often the less they give to us emotionally, the more we want to give, you know, the more we want to try and get their attention to validate our needs. That's what I'm really seeing here. So this is about you bringing your energy back to yourself and rebalancing it. You know, even if the emotions are still there, we've got the angel's got one foot in the water and one on the earth there. So you could still be feeling all the emotions of that, but it's about trying to stay grounded while you make this decision and sort out that way ahead. And the more you kind of do this work and balance yourself, heal and all of that, that's when, you know, we see the sun on the horizon here as a metaphor of being reborn, being renewed, and also metaphorically of the more you do this work and get this understanding, then that path forward will be illuminated for you and you'll be able to make the right decision for you. And in the near future position, I mean, we have the Ace of Wands and we have the Queen of Pentacles. So Queen of Pentacles is your energy, Capricorn. So this is really, for me, this is you after doing this kind of work, coming back into your power, grounded, stable. You know, Queen of Pentacles is somebody who can do everything. She can be the nurturer. She can go out and earn an income. She's a very practical energy and she just gets stuff done. The Queen of Pentacles links to the Devil energy, obviously, because that's your card, Capricorn. So the Queen of Pentacles for me in this reading is somebody who has dealt with the toxicity in their lives and overcome it. So there could have been some toxicity in this situation, definitely some codependency, or I'm really feeling that pattern of you know, uneven give and take. Somebody might even be manipulating you in some way. But I see you coming back into your power and holding this coin here, the Ace of Pentacles, which really is a symbol of you back in your sense of security and stability within yourself. And when you're in that place, that's often when new beginnings come in, when we're energetically, in a really, really good place within ourselves. In this reading too, the Ace of Wands shows me that this is about you completely regenerated. You've got your sense of power, enthusiasm, and passion back, and maybe you're going to direct it in a slightly new way, in this new beginning. And I'm not saying that you're going to necessarily definitely end the situation, leave the job or leave the partner, but it's about a direction change and taking the inspired action that you need to in order to grow this into something really abundant and fulfilling for both of you. It can be a passionate new offer though, an offer of someone who is you're very sexually attracted to, that's very dynamic also. The thing about aces, and I'm going to almost call that as an ace as well, this Ace of Pentacles, is that these are the seeds, these are the initial beginnings, but like any seeds that we plant or any foundation we lay, we need to nurture them, love them, tend to them, take the inspired action so that they, actually turn into that harvest that we so desire in our next season. So we do see a new beginning here that may need you to make a key decision of the heart, to share your voice, to speak up, to take some time to heal, and to really reconsider where you're putting your time, energy, and effort in your life, and maybe making some adjustments to that. So really positive things coming in for you, Capricorn. Just need to make sure that you're always taking the action to head in that right direction, face your true north. So I'm going to leave it there, Capricorn. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I wish you all the best with it this week. Do keep in mind it's a general reading, so it won't be for every one of you guys. Feel free to leave me a comment, because I always love to know how this is playing out and if it even resonates with anyone. And I'll see you back here next week for another reading.